Family, we need to have a real conversation, a serious one, about something that affects every single one of us, whether we realize it or not. It's about the preservation of our story, the defense of our truth, and the protection of our cultural legacy. Recently, President Donald Trump issued an executive order under the banner of restoring truth and sanity to American history. But make no mistake, this isn't about truth. It's not about sanity. It's an attack on the truth of Black history, an attack on progress, and most glaringly, an attack on institutions like this one right behind me, the National Museum of African American History and Culture. This museum is more than just brick and mortar. It's a sacred space, a place where our ancestors' voices echo through the halls, where the pain of slavery, the courage of civil rights warriors, the brilliance of Black culture, and the resilience of our people are honored, remembered, and taught. But according to this administration, our museum is a problem. Why? Because it dares to tell the truth. The executive order accuses institutions like this of promoting divisive, race-centered ideologies and portraying American values as harmful and oppressive. But here's the question we all need to ask. Since when did telling the truth become divisive? Since when did acknowledging the realities of racism, slavery, Jim Crow, redlining, police violence, and mass incarceration become a threat to American values? Maybe it's because those values, at least for some, were never meant to include us. This isn't new. This is part of a much bigger plan to erase, revise, and sanitize the past. We've seen it before. They tell us slavery was a necessary evil, that the civil rights movement was too aggressive, that racism is over, that we should stop talking about the past and just move on. But how can we move on when the truth is being buried? How can we heal when the wounds are denied? How can we build a better future if the foundation is made of lies? And as if attacking our institutions wasn't enough, this order also hints at restoring Confederate monuments, statues that were never about heritage, but always about hate. These were men who fought to keep our ancestors enslaved. And after George Floyd's murder, when the world rose up to demand justice, when cities finally began removing these symbols of white supremacy, this same political machine began planning to bring them back. What kind of message does that send? That Black pain doesn't matter. That Black truth is too uncomfortable. That Black history can be rewritten, ignored, or deleted. Let's not forget that every inch of progress we've made in this country has come at a cost. Blood, sweat, sacrifice. From the ships that brought us here to the fields where we were worked like animals, from the lunch counters and jail cells to the boardrooms and ballot boxes, we have fought for every right we have. And we are still fighting. That's why this matters. Because if they can erase our history, they can erase our future. This museum, our museum, tells our story, the full story, the hard truths, and the undeniable triumphs. It's a mirror, a window, and a roadmap all in one. It shows where we've been and where we're going. But most importantly, it shows us that we belong, that we've always belonged to the fabric of this nation, even when the nation tried to forget us. So now I ask you, my people, what are we going to do about it? Are we going to sit back and let them rewrite our story? Or are we going to rise up as we always have and defend it? Here's what we must do. First, stay informed. Understand what's happening. Read the policies, learn about the attacks. Don't just scroll past the headlines, dig deeper, because the more you know, the harder it becomes to be manipulated or silenced. Second, support our institutions. Visit the museum. Bring your children, your nieces, your nephews. Make it a family affair. If you can donate, even $5 helps. If you can't give money, give your voice, your time, your platform. Talk about the museum. Share its work. Make sure it remains a living, breathing center of truth. Third, organize and advocate. Call your representatives. Demand they stand against policies that aim to erase our contributions. Join local school boards, attend city council meetings, vote in every election, from the presidency to the PTA. Your voice matters. Use it. Fourth, educate others, start book clubs, host film screenings, share Black History flashcards, wear our culture proudly and teach it boldly. Whether in your classroom, your church, or your kitchen table, make history part of the conversation because silence is complicity. Fifth, protect the next generation. Let our young people know where they come from. Arm them with the truth so they never question their worth, their brilliance, or their right to be here. Our kids deserve more than myths and half-truths. They deserve the whole powerful, beautiful story of their people. This moment right here is a Sankofa moment. Sankofa teaches us that we must go back and fetch what was left behind. That includes our stories, our roots, our ancestors' wisdom. It is our duty, our sacred duty, to ensure that nothing is forgotten. Let me be clear again. This is not just about a building. This is not just about one executive order. This is about a pattern of erasure, a system of control, and a strategy to undermine truth and uphold white supremacy. But family, we know who we are. We come from kings and queens, warriors and scholars, builders of pyramids, creators of rhythm, mothers of movements, fathers of innovation. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. Every time a child walks into that museum and sees themselves reflected in greatness, we win. Every time a teacher shares the story of Malcolm Maya or Madam CJ, we win. Every time we tell the truth, even when it's hard, we win. This is not the end. This is a new beginning, a line in the sand, a call to action. So today I challenge you, don't just be outraged, be engaged. Don't just share this video, live it, breathe it, pass it on, because if we don't tell our story, they will, and they will not tell it right. Our history is rich, it is complex, it is American, and it is ours. We will not allow it to be rewritten, minimized, or erased. Together, we protect the truth. Together, we guard our legacy. Together, we rise, stay strong, stay informed, and let's protect what belongs to us. Let's protect our legacy.
Urban intellectuals, yeah. Check. In a world that's unjust, I'm screaming, we love us. Equipped with knowledge, we are dangerous. In a world that's unjust, I'm screaming, we love us. Equipped with knowledge, we are dangerous. Yo, you got the power in the palm of your hands. I mean, literally, 52 flashcards, all about Black history. They focus on success and less about misery. Information is the missing piece. Are you familiar with Black Wall Street or the Haitian Revolution? How about Angela Davis or Huey Newton? Mark Dean helped create IBM. Richard Wright was a poet. Have you ever heard of him? Get familiar with your culture. Women like Evelyn Granville probably paid away for Oprah. Trying to be fly like Miss Bessie Coleman or like James Baldwin. I could be a spokesman. Man, the power of the black fist. What you know about the 68 Olympics? Dick Gregory, yeah, he kept it realer than most. Dr. King was instilling the hope. Let's keep it going.
Open your eyes.